It's the most wonderful time. If you're a planner person or a person who aspires to be organized or a person who enjoys setting up the things more than doing the things, then you know how much fun January 1st is and slightly planner season in the fall. But you might be missing out on the most wonderful mid-year planner switchover. If you're a person that may be a little bit lacking dopamine, constantly striving for external sources of stimulation, new things, shiny things, always on to the next thing, and especially setting up a new planner system, there's nothing I can recommend to you more than getting a Hobonichi Cousin Avec or the Tetra Avec or any other planners that split their year, Traveler's Company, probably more, into a two-part system. I've been in my Hobonichi Cousin for a couple years now with ups and downs, as we all have, of success in terms of, like, you know, consistently filling it out or like being happy with how I'm filling it out. I dream to be a person who has these beautiful, it's not about that, it's not about the internet, but who has for myself these beautiful spreads every single day. And alas, I don't always have them. As you may have seen in my prior videos, I have some real nice, enjoyable, not really that Instagrammable, but spreads that I really enjoy. At the same time, I have not been using my weeklies, which I aspired to. And I don't think I also even really used, Orca. Oh look, I used my weeklies a couple times. And I don't even think I really used my monthlies, actually. It's actually kind of tragic. However, it might as well be December 31st right now. It's June 30th. Because I get to start fresh. And if you are using a split apart yearly, a Hobonichi Avec, ooh, it's kind of scratched. I'm telling you, if you're a person who has been told you have a brain who has a thing about like needing more dopamine, what I'm trying to say is if you are a person who has been told you have an ADHD brain, which I'm on a personal tirade against and to rebrand, because it's the lack of attention or the deficit of attention is a trait or a symptom. That's not like what it should be called. Anyway, we're not about that. However, our type of brain, we like new things. We like exciting things. We like shiny objects. We like setting things up. And most of all, we like to be creative. And because of that, we kind of hold ourselves to a standard where, like, at least for myself, I always feel like what I've done, I'm just like not like super pleased with the way that I've been doing. Look how chonk it is. I'm not like super pleased with how I've been doing my planner, which I know doesn't matter because my future self can look back on it and enjoy it. However, it's just so refreshing and reviving to be able to mid-year get back to the planner excitement and start my new Cousin Avec. Oh, I already went ahead and made some selections in it at Christmas time. Wow, Kyra, you're so proactive. Wait, does that mean I filled things out already and I don't get the enjoyment of it now? If you're not familiar with the Hobonichi system, I personally think it is, out of the ones I've tried, the best planner brand ever. And it's Japanese, so it's like extra well designed and extra cute and extra functional. And you can get Hobonichi planners that are for the whole year, or you can get Hobonichi planners because of the chonk. Like, imagine if there was another 6 months in here. They split them up into January to June and then July to December. There's also, I do not have, so I cannot show you, but you can also get Traveler's Notebook planners inserts for passport and regular, maybe one day in card size, who knows? I did not get the Traveler's Notebook card size. I really missed out. Travelers also has inserts that are split through the year. Yeah, I kind of think this is just the best thing ever. I'll give you a quick run. Is that my table making that sound? That's fun. That's fun for us. Oh, it's only like a certain touch that makes it really aggressive. Hobonichi Avec, if you get the cousin size, that's A5, like book size basically. It comes split into monthly, first, an annual overview, plus of last year and next year, an annual split of each day, where I've defaulted to thinking, I guess I haven't been filling these out. I basically think of Hobonichi as dailies, but it's so much more, and that's why it's so good that you get to refresh in the middle of the year, because alas, look at all these things that I've been causing myself to miss out on. I've typically always thought of these yearly indexes as like, what's the one thing that happened that day, or you can like label that day with. I don't do very many exciting things. I guess that's why I haven't been using this. But a lot of people use this section as habit trackers. I basically just think of this section as like, what's an important thing at a year at a glance. Also looking at next year, time is so fast, but time's a construct. Then you have your monthlies. Yeah, I had big plans actually, and now I remember shiny object syndrome strikes again. I wanted to do like a little like graphic comic or something in each monthly. This mini January refresh is exactly what I needed for my planner. Then we have weeklies. However, if you get the Hobonichi A6 Avec or regular Techo planner, you do not have weeklies. There's a weekly supplement that's adorable and I love it and recommend it. Or if you get the A5 Hobonichi Cousin Avec, then you do have the weeklies. And then we have the dailies. I really can't even express how thrilled I am to be able to start into a new planner. It's just that new planner feeling all over again, and it really scratches the itch of like, I don't know if I'm pleased with what I've been doing in my planner so far. Can't recommend enough. Split up your year. Oh, and you even get a turning the page to a new year inside of July. I forgot about that. You get to turn the page to a new year twice. I have not been using Traveler's Company inserts. However, I guess I have been. I did intend to use the blank monthly, but I have not been using it. So I guess maybe like I should just give up the dream and take it out. Maybe. I like to do more of a bullet journal style monthly in my Traveler's notebook. So lucky me. I can just, so basically what I do is I have one book for the year, for the 6 months, because I'm going Avec style. And this is my overview for the year. I have habit trackers in here, which I have half used, like always. I feel like we need to more normalize, like not having our perfectly completed planners the way that I feel like I see a lot of people online do. You know, we're just doing our best here to keep ourselves aligned. Hey, the fridge is on. So I like to do an insert for the like monthly, yearly of functionality of my bullet journal. I always have an insert. If you've seen my other videos, I always have an insert on the go that's just like rolling from, I just started this one recently. It's just my like day-to-day bullet journal or whatever I need this notebook to be. So this insert just rolls until I'm done with it. However, the best thing about Traveler's notebooks is obviously that they're super customizable, but also like once you kind of get your system set up, it is very cheap to maintain. I think these inserts are $6 or $5 each. Ta-da! 11 out of 10 Traveler's notebooks. Thrilled. I know I talk about this all the time, but there's just something so special and so magical about being in the analog world as much as possible. I feel like especially now that we are so like AI-ified and overwhelmed with just like the constant barrage of news and information, and like just everything is constantly everything everywhere all at once. At least for me it is. I'm for sure it is for you too. Don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me you feel like you got this world under control right now. And it's just so nice and refreshing to touch paper, to use a pen. Of course, we can utilize all of our amazing digital tools as much as we need to. My calendar inside of my phone and my laptop is the source of truth. This is basically record keeping and like keeping my brain at an on-track pace where I feel like the time is not just flying by without me. Like I feel like that 1 degree less because I'm living in these paper planners. And I just can't recommend enough over and over, this is all I say, is to, if you are not at all and for some reason you're just here, get into some sort of analog. Start with just literally any notebook and just start writing down, write the date, and if you need to remember something, if you need to do a to-do, if you need to get something at the store, if someone said something funny today that you want to remember, just write it down. It's not even so much I'm at ISO 1000. It's not just like having the record of the day and the ability to go back and look at it. That is actually a treat. That is an added bonus. But there's something about the connection to your brain and to your, like, it's almost like a grounding thing to yourself to go through the exercise of touching the paper and the pen and writing it down. It puts it in your brain in a way that you do not get when you're telling it to Siri or you're putting it into your phone or into your computer. There's just some sort of like semi-religious experience that takes place when you are using paper. Get into it. Get into it. And if you want to go hard and deep, you know what?
That's what she said.
I have seen on Marketplace and at some stationery stores selling at a discount the July to December of whatever series. So if you are not doing any of this right now, this would be a fun time to go find a July to December of Hobonichi or Traveler's Notebook or of whatever others, or obviously just start a bullet journal and see how it goes. Summer's hopefully a little bit slower for us so that we can kind of take a time to take a step back and enjoy. And it's daylight all the time instead of freaking dark all the time. So what a time to be creative. What a time to be alive. What can I tell you? You like a little bit of newness. You like a little bit of the feeling of starting over. The more starting overs, the better. I wish these were quarterly almost. Get your planners in 6-month increments instead of the full year. 11 out of 10, Hobonichi Cousin Avec. Bullet journal system, whatever you like. Recommend. Recommend. Get out of your brain, get out of your phone, get into the real world. Get a planner. Thanks for watching. Brace face for life. Give it a like if you like it. I appreciate you. Bye.